Hello, this presentation or movie is going to highlight the main points of Tuftee's piece, which in addition to being a class reading is also on our orals list. So enjoy. With savage pictures fill their gaps, and o'er unhabitable downs place elephants for want of towns. Chartjunk, an affliction caused by personal computers and user-friendly software that has sprung war on the eyes rather than informing the mind. Chartjunk, although not fatal to the body, could be fatal to the understanding of data being presented. In Chapter 5 of the Visual Display of Quantitative Information, Tuftee defines 3 common methods of graphical paraphernalia that create what he terms chart junk and should be avoided at all costs. Unintentional optical art, the dreaded grid, and the duck. Tuftee explains that optical art often relies on moire effects, in which the design interacts with the psychological tremor of the eye to produce a distracting appearance of vibration and movement. Evidence of this is in the multi-window plot, in which optical dots are created at the intersections of grid lines. Here we can see a few examples of this optical chart art in which digital reproductions of graphs attempt to look more appealing, but in reality simply confuse the neurophysical responses of the eye, while at the same time not giving any additional data. All of this extra visual noise clouds the data being presented to the viewer. As it is the creator's purpose to pass data to the viewer, any visuals that may disturb that passing would be considered a fail. The next form of chart junk is the dreaded grid. The grid, although helpful to the creation of the graph itself, can often interfere with the data during its presentation. Tuftee first suggests that when making a graph by hand to use the backside for a lighter version of the same grid. He adds that if you have two-sided grid paper, your best bet is to just throw it out. Tuftee's final form of graphical paraphernalia is also known as the duck. The duck is caused by the overuse of graphics, which create decoration rather than informative visual data. Tuftee quotes Ventry, Brown, and Eisner, recognizing that their view of modern architecture is highly relevant to the design of data graphics as well. When modern architects righteously abandoned ornament on buildings, they unconsciously designed buildings that were ornament. In promoting space and articulation over symbolism and ornament, they distorted the whole building into a duck. They substituted for the innocent and inexpensive practice of applied decoration on a conventional shed the rather cynical and expensive distortion of program and structure to promote a duck. It is now time to reevaluate the once horrifying statement of John Ruskin that architecture is the decoration of construction. But we should append the warning of Puggin. It is all right to decorate construction, but never to construct decoration. The only accomplishment of these foul-up graphs is making the viewer feel as though they have been hit in the face with too much visual information to decipher the intended data. So in all of your graphing exploits, remember to avoid chart junk, because no information, no sense of discovery, no wonder, no substance is gained by chart junk. Or at least that's how Dr. Tuftee feels. Well, that's my presentation on Tuftee's chart junk. I hope it was helpful and informative and maybe gave you a little giggle along the way. That's right, I said giggle. I heard you do it.